how far along did you guys get with your escape room that you guys did recently?
Oh
50%.
my god, it was so hard.
Yeah,
There's no way. We were like, if Ben was here, would this have been easier? And we were like, no. Like this was
No, that would
it
not
was
have been
stupid. You had to be Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory to figure out that room. It was ridiculous.
And there was no flow to things. How like things were like solved. There was just like puzzles everywhere, and you have to figure it out, and nothing really goes
Made
with
sense.
each other. It's just like random shit everywhere, and you have to figure it out.
There was this bar shelf, and you have to figure out which bottle of liquor goes on which cup holder based on some clues. So you do that, and we keep doing it. We hearing a clicking sound. We don't know what's opening. We're like, what is opening? We're like, all right, we'll just ask them later because we don't know what this did. Once we lost the room, we were like, what did this do? He was like, oh, it opened that shelf behind the bar on the other side of the room that you guys opened later. And that's why you were able to open it. But I'm like, how am I supposed to know that's what is opening when we're on the other side of the room?
So you guys just went to a bad one.
Was there a theme?
It was bad design.
What was the theme?
Yeah, it was
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. Like he's trying to blow up the whole like saloon, right? But he put too much TNT and it's gonna blow up the whole town.
Yeah, something. I don't know. It was terrible.
So you have to solve, you have to defuse the bomb before it goes off, and it's like just like so many stupid things that like nothing makes sense. So like you don't know to look here after finding something in a drawer. You're just like, what the hell is this?
Now, did you guys go in there like demanding, "Hey, I want your hardest room. Like, I need a level 9 or 10 or up."
Yes.
Did you really?
We called ahead. We were like, "What's your hardest rooms?" They're like, "These are the two." And I was like, "Never again."
They said that about like 10%, right? Get through it.
Yeah.
Only 10%. All right.
Yeah.
Well, like you guys didn't solve it all the way, right?
No. They said about like 50% of the people get as far as we do.
All right. Well, we'll have the Laos come on board for the next time. All right. I mean, are you guys? What do you call it? Do you get a discount if this is your second try?
You only get discount on the one that you failed. Like they don't.
Oh, so you're on record already.
Some will give you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, at least the next time we go, you guys. I'm inviting myself to the next trip. Like, at least it'll be discounted the next time you guys go.
I don't know if I want to do that room again.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to. It's just that company. That company just like there's no rhythm. There's no like purpose to every puzzle. Like you're just solving it, and then you have to like figure out what you just solved. They're just like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at least it's not like all what do you call it, like number locks and stuff. Like I don't like escape rooms where it's just like 10 number locks or like 15 number locks. That's not fun.
It was
there wasn't much of that. It was more like
a mix,
word clues and things like that. But
yeah, well,
it was very challenging. Like you have to really like read everything and like really like look at the fine print of certain things to really like. There was one where like it says we asked for a clue and they go look behind the bars, right? So there's a room that's locked. You have to look through the window and look at the numbers on the wall on these little blocks, and then that was one of the codes for the lock. How the hell are you gonna figure that out? Like it's just.
Well, we did something like that.
They made it too hard.
Didn't we do a jail one this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like these clues were like obscure. There's no way that anyone would know to look inside a pipe. You know what I mean? Like who the hell would look inside a pipe to get a clue?
Yeah.
Now
just imagine that like 10 times.
But we actually solved that one. But actually, wait. Did you get penalized when you asked for a clue?
No.
Is that why you guys didn't ask for clues?
We asked for clues like 4 times.
You only get 3 clues.
Yeah, so we got clue 3 times.
That's it.
Okay.
Duh, that's how it is all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for some more.
Hopefully,
if we go to Vegas, go to.
Are you guys going to? Are you guys going to the summit or not the summit? The
St. Louis.
The master. No, what is it called?
Wedding
MBA in Vegas.
Wedding MBA. I'm debating it. Are you gonna go?
I gotta see how the registrations come in.
I don't know, like, but it's so strange to me that they host this in the middle of wedding season, like in dead center of October.
Do they not know that
on
like
Friday, right?
Like we would be hella busy in the fall. You know, at least WPPI and imaging, they do it in the winter, in the off season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole thing's weird to me. All right, you guys ready to start this podcast?
I think.
Let's do it.
This is the bonus episode, y'all. All right, guys.
How
welcome.
lucky, everyone.
I love Karis.
Hey guys, welcome to the Focus AF podcast. My name is Ben.
This is Karis.
This is Jen.
Yo soy Ro.
We are the Focus AF.
Now in Spanish.
The podcast is not on SAP.
You know, I'm going to put a little SAP on the corner. Actually, your brother is. He's going to put a little SAP on the top corner. So if you guys, actually, I don't know if we're going to be posting. Are we going to go on YouTube anytime soon?
Yeah, I think I have to create the account so we can start putting all the shorts and episodes.
For YouTube, we don't need a template, right? YouTube just goes on and
Yeah, it
it's a
just
video.
goes out. Mm-hmm.
You could choose a thumbnail from the video, I think, or you can upload like your own thumbnail with like caption and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think we just need like something simple and just put a caption each time.
Yeah, Derek said just to resize what you've been making to fit YouTube, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works for me. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. You know, we're doing this virtually. We're not doing this. We're not doing this in person because, well, originally I was traveling. We had other summer travel, and we were going to try to do stuff virtually. And we also have some guests coming from out of town, so we're doing these virtually. But I think we're going to return back to in-person recordings when the weather gets cooler. Maybe. What do you guys think?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, they're much more fluid. They're much more fluid, and we could like see each other's expressions a little better.
And have some cocktails.
Had some cocktails. I can't make cocktails for you guys when you guys are like, you know, on the computer screen. You know what I mean? So
I know.
yeah, so
I know.
I'm looking forward to
I
this.
had to bring my own beer.
Are you drinking right now? Well, it is 5 o'clock.
I am.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
I am.
Happy hour.
I'm drinking Setzer right now. Like we have a friend of ours who can't drink, and he's obsessed with Setzer, like flavored Setzer. It's like the LaCroix. Is that how you pronounce it? LaCroix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood it, but now I do.
I have a whole box. I have a whole
Yeah,
box in the
Richard
garage.
Flores left a whole box. So we have a whole LaCroix. If you want some, we'll send it over.
I'm all right. So how's your bookings been in the last couple months?
Gotten better.
Oh yeah, big difference compared to the previous 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I started picking up. Inquiries are all like I feel like they're back to normal. We're meeting with a lot of couples. Retainers are coming in.
Thank God, right?
So
And we had a good one.
yeah,
Like a friend of a past client last November emailed, the groom emailed. He was like, "We did so-and-so's wedding." Sent him info. Didn't hear back from him for like a week. And then just wrote back, "Hey, we're going with your top collection." Like we didn't even meet with them. I was like,
Through
great.
email. We were like, all right,
No
cool.
problem.
Awesome.
That's
First
the
person
best.
ever booked this top collection that we created last year. So that was really exciting.
I got
We're back
I got
eating shrimp and steak.
shrimp and steak. No more spam and eggs for you, right? You know how I said I was capped for this year? Actually, I took one more for this year.
Oh, you don't say.
It still puts me around 35. I was at like 33, 34. This puts me at 35. And the wedding's next month.
Oh
It's
my
in September.
gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah,
It's full.
that
It's
is
a full
nuts.
wedding too. It's a full wedding. They're not getting. You know, she's not pregnant. They're just like, hey, let's get married. Let's do it in like a month. I was like, okay. So
Did they really like just get engaged?
yeah, I mean, this is an
Wow.
older couple, so they got money like that. You know, but you know, I mean, like, yeah, whatever. But in any case, it sounds like a pretty dope wedding. It's like a city wedding, so it sounds pretty dope. So yeah, we got this last minute booking. We also got a couple of really cool ones too. There was another one where mom just booked us sight unseen. She's like, just send us a contract, and I was like, I don't know.
Mom?
Mom just emailed us, send us a contract. I was like, yo, I haven't even met the couple yet. So, but anyway, the couple was there's 4 sisters, and this was the 3rd sister who was getting married. We had shot
Oh,
the
so
other
you've
two.
worked with family before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We shot all
Oh.
the sisters. Oh yeah, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like some random person was like, "Hey, give me your
Right.
contract for my daughter's wedding."
So you've met the
Sometimes
mom.
we get those. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen's got another one recently, yesterday, right?
Have yours been last minute too?
No, my yesterday one was for 20 to 5. We're getting
Oh wow.
25
You know what? We've been
wedding
getting 25
inquiries.
weddings.
Yep. I'm like,
Have you
what
guys been
happened?
getting
gotten,
25 weddings?
Yeah, I'm like, what happened to 24?
Not booked,
Not
but
too
we've
often.
had a couple
Yeah.
meetings, but nobody's booked or anything
Yeah.
yet.
So far out. It feels so far out, but it's not.
Yeah.
And like I've been
but-
booking like consecutively like 3 to 4 weddings at like same venue for next year. I'm like, what is going on?
And these are the cool Brooklyn venues. You know what I mean?
So jealous.
It sucks to be Karis, you know?
I know.
She-
What
she
venue
gets-
is it?
What?
Is it Arrow Park?
Yeah, it's Arrow Park. It's not Brooklyn.
Yeah, so that one's Hudson Valley. That's still pretty dope. Yeah,
I
you guys been to
know.
Arrow
Very
Park,
nice.
right? You guys been to
No.
Arrow Park? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice over there. I don't know how Karis got in with them because Karis got in there because she was my my co-shooter for that wedding that I shot there. I was there first. And
So you try to take credit, and do they invite Ben Lau back?
no, they don't.
No.
So
I'm on their
Karis
I'm
ended
on
up
their
on their
list, and
list.
Ben's not. Ha 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 ha.
Karis ended up on their list after co-shooting with me. That's so fucked up.
No, after I co-shot with you, I shot my own. I booked my own wedding where Ben did
Because
it.
you showed the work from co-shooting with me, and you didn't even tag me and say, "Hey, I
Obviously,
co-shot
my
this with Ben Lau."
co-shooting second angles better than Ben Lau's. Oh.
You,
We have to go back to the second shooter episode and talk about second shooter etiquette.
Yeah.
Except for when it's your spouse. You get spousal privilege.
you should have sent her a guideline that she can't post anything without tagging you for 6 months.
She can't tag the venue. She can't tag the couple.
Photos belong to me. I have all the rights. How dare you?
Did we have a second shooter episode? That was with Nathan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, second shooter etiquette. Oh, we might have some tea about second shooters to share later today, so maybe we'll cover that too. All the tea. We have all kinds of tea to share with everyone today. So anyway, so what are we talking about today? We are talking about serving. You know, this is why today's like a slightly of a bonus episode, a little slightly related to our previous episode or a couple episodes ago, because that would have been posted already. About serving your clients even when contractually you don't have to, right? Like, what are you contractually obligated to serve the clients, and what do you actually do? You know, and I think what brought this topic to light was a recent live that I did with our good friend Chuck Enarino. We should have him on the podcast sometime. He's a good guy.
Yeah, bring him on.
He's a good guy to have around. A really nice way of approaching things, and his work's also incredible too. So that's you know, it's always great when you have great work and you know, people who are also great human beings. You know. So, but in any case, that aside, I think what we were talking about was like, you know, sometimes photographers or even videographers, they get, you know, they get their underwears in a twist, you know, because clients are asking them to do stuff that they don't want to do, you know, maybe stay an extra 15 minutes, and then, you know, they're gonna charge a client overtime for 15 minutes, you know what I mean? Or maybe, you know, maybe the clients want a little bit more Photoshop. You know, or maybe they want some nipping and tucking. I don't know. You guys ever get any like funny requests from clients where, you know, you don't
Not
have
really,
to do it, but you guys do it anyway?
I was to be honest, we don't. But what I do notice in Facebook groups recently was someone asking about like black and white and a color version of an image.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still shocked that people are just delivering just the black and white. Like, you know, it takes a couple of seconds to just make a virtual copy of and just deliver both. What happened with us
Mm-hmm.
over the years, like no one complained. And then 1 year, we got like 3 requests in a row wanting the color version. So after that, we just deliver both. It just makes it easier.
I think that's where Chuck got the inspiration to talk about this. I think it was in one of those groups that we're in where, you know, there were colors and black and whites. And they were like, well, in my contract, you're only going to get the black and white. It's my artistic discretion whether or not you're going to get the color version or the black and white version. You know, you guys are hiring me because of my artistic vision. So if I say it's going to go in black and white, you're going to get black and white. You're not going to get the color version, right? And then Chuck's like, you know, if they want the color version, just give it to them. You know, just make them happy. I know contractually you're allowed to give them 25% black and white, and it's your artistic discretion. But you know, at the end of the day, you're serving the clients. They're paying you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for you to, you know, join them on their wedding day, and then you're not going to give them one image in color. Doesn't make sense.
It's 2 minutes of your time.
Yeah. But you know what I do that's a little bit, or what we do? Actually, I got to ask about Hey Harris's process because I'm not 100% sure what goes on over there. So
Magic goes on over here.
look at her t-shirt. There's a magical unicorn that she's wearing right now.
Unicorn.
Yes, magic.
Well, I can't.
There's
I don't.
magic
I don't
going
have that shirt. I don't have my people's shirt on my logo here. But in any case, for at least my brand, Ben Lau, and then Pearl Paper Studio, we deliver the colors and the black and whites because
same
we don't
thing.
want the headaches. Well, I thought maybe you were picking and choosing what goes in color, what goes in black. Because I remember you're like, everyone's getting color. I'm not doing black and whites. Isn't that what you said?
No. For family sessions, smaller events, I don't do black and whites because no one really is interested in black and whites. Like my family
same as
sessions,
us.
small, like parties, birthday parties that I do for my friends. Like I don't deliver black and white.
It just doesn't make sense to deliver a black and white
Yeah.
for just like an event coverage. Like it's just not.
They're-
It's not really artistic.
Yeah, they're not even gonna look at it. I don't think. No one. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. So anyway, we deliver color and black and white, so that way we don't have to deal with that headache. You know, again, like what you said, it takes 2 seconds, and then with AI and with presets and stuff, that takes no more than 30 minutes.
Well,
to get it done.
I think the percentage of color and black and white certain photographers are doing is, I think, if number one, if you are shooting film photographers, I think started with that trend because on film with crazy reception lighting, it's very hard to edit color. So I think a lot of them do percentage of their receptions or crazy lighting. They are offering like 30% black and whites because for them, I don't think it's easy as just converting like digital files. So, I think a lot of film, like light and airy photographers, they do that because of that reason.
Yeah, sometimes
But,
they're working with a mixed lighting situation, and it just looks goofy.
Yeah.
The black and white's probably going to be
But
stronger.
what we do during consultations too, like if they ask us if we deliver both versions, we'll tell them if you don't see a color version, it's because the light was just so bad that it's just not deliverable in a color image. But like lately, even if the lighting is bad, it might be a great black and white. I'm just gonna deliver it the way it looks in color. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do too. And then it's whether you get it shitty color and black and white, or we just delete it off the gallery. So do you rather have it or not have it? And you could decide if you
Right.
want to keep it or not. We'll give it to
Yeah.
you. Be nice.
Yeah, we tend to over deliver anyway. We deliver all the A, B, and C shots. That's how I explain it to the clients during the consult. You get the shots that you'll see in our portfolio. Those are the A shots. And then you'll get the B shots, which are still very nice, but we don't show them because, any photographer who's been doing this for any amount of time, they should be able to get those shots. These would be your family pictures. These would be maybe even your detail pictures to a degree. We don't really show those because everyone shows those, right? So we're not going to show those. And then the C shots are, stuff that might be a little bit imperfect, but there's no sense for us to keep them from the clients, especially if they're, maybe we have a big family picture, but maybe uncle's looking somewhere else. Right, we're still going to deliver that. It's not the perfect picture, but we're still going to deliver it. Do you guys do the same?
Type of thing. We'll deliver it, but while I'm editing it, I'm like, why couldn't this fucking uncle look at me when I'm taking the damn picture? Where the hell is this uncle looking at?
There's always that one person in like one group photo. Oh my gosh.
So that'll segue into the next part, right? So like if the bride comes back and say, hey, can you like make uncle's eyes look at the camera? Can you Photoshop that? Would you guys do it? Would you guys swallow the $10 or the $15 to get it done?
No, we'll tell them we'll look for a different version to see if he's looking, and if not, I mean, it is what it is. Nothing we can do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we recently had a client who complained about the backdrop of her photos. I don't know if we ever talked about this, right? It was raining on her wedding day. The only place that we could work was the carport at the wedding venue, and we had to shoot into the venue, because that's how the light was working. You're not going to backlight them under the carport, right? So we're going to shoot into the building. And the thing is, the carpet was this really bright, like Tiffany blue color. It was like just glaring, right, in the background of all the photos. But there's nowhere else to shoot. What are you going to do? You're going to roll up that rug? It's like a 20-foot rug. That rug's staying. You know what I mean? So she's like, can you Photoshop? Can you do anything about that? I was like, no. I was like, if you want these photos in like 2 years, maybe, right? But like, we can turn the blues down a little bit. But I was like, really? It was raining on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Your venue didn't let us shoot inside. There's nowhere else to shoot. If I were to open up a wedding venue in the future, I will make sure that I have like a indoor shooting location.
That's why these multi-wedding factories venues, like, stay away from it. Like,
Yes.
yeah, like, Yeah,
So
exactly.
Or if you don't like the inside of your venue, because we had the same problem last year. They booked a
venue.
museum.
Oh, a
Did
museum.
not like the inside of it. Only booked it because they love the outside of it. Rained all day on the wedding day. Confirmed with her, like, are you okay with us shooting at this? This is the only spot we have. Yeah, it's fine. Afterwards, don't like it. In the same situation. So we had a crop. But we couldn't like remove the stuff. They were like statues, so we can't take them out. So that's another thing. Another tip: like the inside of your venue as well.
Yes.
To avoid these situations.
If we have brides and couples who are listening to this podcast, planning tip, from the Louds and the Molinas, is to find a venue that has an indoor shooting location
Outdoor
that you have access.
option,
That you have access to,
outdoor.
because sometimes it can be really pretty inside, and it's a wedding factory. You don't necessarily have access to it. So
or if there is like one spot, right, and then there's another wedding going on, you
Mhm.
probably have like 10 minutes for this one location. You're just battling to try to do everything in this one location. It's just, the maitre d's telling you to hurry up, and they won't tell the bride and groom, or they won't tell the couple to hurry up. They'll go in your ear, hey, you have 1 minute, and then you have to figure it out. Like, that's one thing that couples don't see, is like the venue 90% of the time will not go with them with issues. They'll whisper in your ear, and you're supposed to deal with it for them, which kind of sucks. But like, the last thing you want to do is also stress them out.
So anyway, the takeaway that we had from Chuck's discussion was that sometimes if it's not going to require too much of you, right, you go above and beyond for the clients. Even though it's not on your contract, you're not contractually obligated to do certain things. You do as much as you can, right? As long as they're being reasonable. The examples that I shared earlier, where the client didn't like the backdrop of the photo, is like, I don't know what you want me to do. This is the only backdrop where we could have taken your group photos. There's really not much I can do. You know what I mean? But
I did go back and crop tighter.
Did she complain?
Well,
They got
then
an
she
album,
was
right?
fine after that.
Yeah.
I went through her whole entire gallery. There were some photos that was a little bit like blown out, so I brought those down. And
But I think the Molinas, you guys have eaten it, sometimes too, just to make the clients happy. I think I remember you guys sharing some stories where you guys had to eat some stuff, right?
Yeah, but also there's also a balance of what's reasonable and what's not reasonable. So I think as a business owner, you're always gonna be a little more giving to the client, but to a certain extent, where they're not walking all over you and taking advantage.
Yeah, that's the only time when it's like, all right, I know I'm getting taken advantage of, so you're not going to get anything. So this is like tip number 2056. If you want something from your photographer, right, like, be nice to them.
Act nicely.
If you ask really, believe it, like, I shit you not, and you guys can confirm this for me, right? If they ask really nicely, they're a sweetheart, they're easy to work with, and they're fun to work with, right? You'll do a little extra for them. I mean, you're going to go extra for everyone, right? But for the ones who make your life like super easy and they're fun to work with, they do whatever you ask them to do. They don't give you any problems, and they're like super cool. You already go extra for everyone, but like for these folks, you're going to go even extra. All right? Like, I don't know. Are we allowed to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone extra for people who weren't very nice either, and it's also more of like I'm big on not stressing myself off over little things, right? So I'd rather just, if they come back with another request, just do it than sit and stew on it and get upset, and just because I don't want to have that confrontation, because it's not even worth it to me. Like, I know they're not going to go like write me a negative review or anything like that, and I don't even care if they do. It's just more of like, I want you out of my life as quick as possible. So. And I feel like the going back and forth is just going to drain too much on me and my spirit. So why would I even waste my time? You have another request, whatever, let's do it.
Let's get it done.
But at some point, you do have to just like hit the hard deadlines and start being a little strict. But I wouldn't start being confrontational or argumentative with people. Just
pick and choose your battles. Yeah, pick and choose your battles. Like, your mental health is important too as a business owner. Customer, you want to serve them. And I think, service is important. You got to balance it out, because the customer's not always right, but you want to be reasonable and rational with them. But your first reaction shouldn't be to like, throw your contract in their face and like, hey, I don't have to do this. We signed a contract.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people have issues with clients too, or people who continually have issues with clients, is that they stand so firm on like what's written in their contract and have no willingness to be flexible on anything or go above and beyond. They just pretty much saying like, this is how I do things, like it or leave it.
Why do you think these people have problems or troubles with these clients? Like, you're in the same Facebook, well, you're not on Facebook as much as I am, right? But like when you do see them, right? These issues, it's always the same people having issues with their clients, right? Why do you think that is?
Personalities. There are personalities.
Whose personalities?
like
The couple's
people- the
personalities or
people-
the photographer's personalities?
No, the photographers.
Yeah, the photographer.
There's also the friends that you surround yourself with. If you're surrounded by these miserable people and you tell them, hey, I'm having this issue with this client, and they're like, don't you let them do that to you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So there's also people that you surround yourself with that will put batteries on your back to be that, to get defensive right away.
Yeah,
And the other thing is communication. A lot of people will like just send emails and text, and we hate being on the phone, but sometimes just picking up the phone will resolve a lot of these issues. And the tone, it's a different tone when you're talking to someone on the phone than sending them a passive aggressive email.
Mm-hmm. You know, the best time to call Jen is never.
Never.
The best time to call Jen is to email her.
Well, Karis is actually, Karis, I told her sometimes it'd be preferable for her to go on the phone to talk to people, because sometimes she doesn't understand that like tone can be conveyed in the written word, right? So I was like, babe, your email, the last one you wrote sounded kind of like mean. She's like, what are you talking about? I was just writing my thoughts. I was like, babe, you sounded like really mean, right? So
Kara's email ends with P.S. Why am I here?
Vacation mode. Hashtag, this is my summer.
Anyway, to take
No work till the kids go back to school.
Something that's coming up in my head was one time I was second shooting for a photographer, and this person asked the bride to walk over like this pile of black mulch, and she looks at him and says, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? And he looks at me all flustered like, oh my God, she's being so hard to deal with, right? So I was like, all right. So I stepped in and I go, hey, I'll pick up your train and your dress and I'll help you walk through the mulch. Is that okay? And she goes, yeah, no problem. And I look at him and I was like, it's just a little communication like would fix this issue. Now he was flustered. She was looking at him like, is he crazy? Making me walk with my brand new dress through this black mulch. So a lot of times it's also like men are very stubborn. We don't read the language properly and just assume that they're being aggressive towards us, and they're not. They're just like, oh, listen, I'm not going to get my dress dirty. All right, cool. Can we pick up your train? Help you? No problem. So you just got to like know when to their tone.
So part of our discussion this Monday was how do we de-escalate, right? How do we lower the temperature when you have conflicts with clients, right? What he talked about was the VCR method. So you validate their concerns, like, well, tell me if I'm, validate VCR. So it's validate. I already forgot what it was.
Cassette recorder.
What is
Video
it?
cassette.
Video cassette recorder.
Video cassette recorder.
I think it was validate and confirm and then redirect, right? So basically,
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? And basically, you confirm what they're saying, and then you find a solution that works for everyone. Not everyone's trying to get you. In their own minds, all human beings think that they're the good guys. No one ever says that I'm the villain in their story, right? So just trying to figure out, what's wrong and try to get the job done. That's it. Just get shit done. That's all. All right. Well, anyway, the takeaway from that was serve your clients. Be a good human being. Just be a good human being. Serve everyone.
Nice.
Be
Communicate. Nice. Be flexible. Be nice.
Be reasonable, understanding, and also don't be taken advantage of.
Yes. Yeah. Go above and beyond.
But don't get screwed over either. So. So that was that. Yeah. All right. So I guess the second thing we're going to talk about today, we actually got some reader email. Actually, it came in the form of a DM. Did you guys watch that video?
Yeah, I watched it before. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it, but someone slid in our DMs.
All right. So let's go watch it real quick. Okay.
I was reminded of this crazy story when you guys were talking about red flags with other vendors. This story is about a wedding videographer and a DJ. Both is a combo story. So I was working before the pandemic with this company, and you get assigned jobs. You show up and meet your second shooter, and I show up at the job, and there's a dress code, of course. They want it to be professional, so I'm in my proper attire. I show up, this 19-year-old guy is wearing a black t-shirt, black jeans, and like the dopest, freshest Jordans, like fresh out of the box. We're getting ready and we're shooting around. We did a little prep with the bride and the groom. And then the DJ shows up. He goes to the reception area. He's just starting to build up his rig. So I go over, you know, like I'm supposed to, because I need him for audio. And I'm like, hey man, what's up? I'm Jason, this is Jordan. How's it going? And he's like on the floor getting his things together and he's just completely ignoring us. And I'm like, does this guy have a hearing problem? And I said, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Again, I said it again. And he looks up at me. He just says nothing. He glares at me. So then we just continue shooting around. We're getting ready to shoot the ceremony. So of course, I have 2 cams. He's got 1. We're setting up. We're getting ready. And he comes over to me and he goes, hey, I'm just gonna shoot around. I was like, nah, but we gotta shoot long. He's like, yeah, but I only have 1 battery. So I was like, oh my God, this guy brought 1 battery. So I gave him like 2 batteries and I'm like, dude, just use these. That was the end of the videographer story. For the rest of the night, he was pretty cool. I tell my second shooter, I give him my recorder. I said, hey, listen, go over there and ask this guy if you can plug into his system. Ask him for an out, connect to his speaker or connect to his transmitter, right? So I send him over there and he comes back after 5 minutes and he's like, he told me don't break any of his stuff and leave him alone, and I'm lucky that he let me do it and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my God. The whole night was just pretty awful with this guy. At the end of the night, we're packing up. I got other comments from the maitre d' and other people who were like complaining about this guy. I guess they had negative interactions too. I say to my second shooter jokingly, I'm like, man, I feel like we should pull the plug on this guy, literally pull the plug out of his system as we're leaving. And this kid is like, yeah, that's a good idea. So it's 10 o'clock or whatever time our quitting time was. We're packing up and getting ready to leave. The party's pumping. The guys, the music is going loud. People got the glow sticks out. And all of a sudden, the music just comes to a screeching halt, like a movie. My second shooter had went over there and unplugged his system and then ran out the back door. I couldn't fucking believe it. I said, it has to be him because it was my idea, my fantasy to do it, but he really did it. And so it's just like a really weird and horrible DJ and kind of a strange and awkward kid videographer. And I was just, I could not believe what, like, the night that I had. That's my story.
Look at Garrett's face. Because when you unplug the DJ, like it takes them like a couple minutes just to set back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That kind of reminds me of something that I seen at a wedding too. Do you remember those inflatable like photo booths? They have the photo booth inside this inflatable cube.
Yeah.
So I was shooting. I was second shooting for Moses, and the power went out, and there was people inside the booth, and it starts deflating with everybody inside of it.
That's funny. That's at least funny,
I thought this story was pretty funny too. Well, not as funny as an inflatable deflating.
That is
but like
pretty,
the fact that this kid, this 17-year-old kid just unplugged the DJ and just bounced.
Did the DJ know that it was him that did it?
I don't know.
He's like in panic mode at this point,
I mean, I think it still is pretty ballsy of that kid to do that. But I could just think of like the DJs that we work with and how they would act.
They had it coming, right? They deserve it.
Someone would. No, I'm saying one of them would like found the kid and like beat his ass or something. Like there's just like.
I mean, I'm sure there have been days, where we had to work with some insufferable human beings, and you just wish the worst upon them, but you don't actually do it. That just lives inside your mind. This never actually really happens, but this kid made it happen.
I think it's just great. I wonder if because the primary said something, and then in his head he felt like, oh, maybe I should do this. Like, I don't know if to impress.
To impress him, and this is my way of saying thanks for like borrowing those batteries.
Yeah.
Like, you're welcome. Wink, wink.
I'm with you today. Like, we're boys. I got your back.
That's crazy.
That was a good one.
I love it.
Yeah,
And I'm sure
Jason-
there's many, many more. People need to send more.
Yeah,
of
Jason,
these
thank you so much
stories
for
over.
sending that in. That was a very good one. That made our whole week.
Now, people don't go out there and unplug DJs.
Oh
Please-
my
please
god!
don't do that.
Disclaimer.
Please don't do that. We're all part of the same team. You know what I mean? Just be
I
kind.
kind of wish I had that kid with me when the DJ tried to blame something on me. Yeah, like some years ago, the mic was cutting out during like the best man speech, and it just kept like it was so bad that the groom was upset, and the DJ, the MC, didn't know I was next to him. He goes, "I think it's the photographer's flashes that are messing with me, that are causing the mic to mess up."
Someone said that to us too.
I was like, man, it has nothing to do with my flashes, man. I should have plugged his stuff when I left.
We all need that kid in our lives, right? No. Please do
Oh
not
my
mess with other people. Don't touch other people's equipments without permission, okay, guys?
Yeah,
This is our PSA. This is the Focus Day FPSA. All right?
yeah,
Be kind.
that could lead to a fist fight.
Yes.
Or worse. It could be worse things. So this next segment is brought to you by the Focus Day F Summit.
Are you promoting now?
I'm promoting the fuck out of this thing, man. You see my reels and my stories this week? I even got a TikTok this week, man.
Woo,
I'm going down
TikTok.
that rabbit hole all the way, man. What was the hot topic? Oh, babe, did you hear about this hot topic? So basically, this bride recently wrote in a Facebook group, or maybe she was on Reddit or something like that. She wanted a refund from this photographer. This photographer had hired a second shooter. Never saw this person before, never met this person before. It was just a second shooter. And the bride reached out shortly afterwards.
I think I heard this. They've broken up or they got divorced. They want it back.
But do you know why?
No. Oh, because the second
No.
shooter.
Yes, slept with the groom.
Not day of the wedding, or
No,
I think they may have started a
afterwards.
relationship afterwards.
Yeah, like shortly after the wedding.
but they met at the wedding.
Yeah.
Likely because there's a second shooter at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
So now
That's where they met.
That's where they met, yeah.
Yeah, and then the person was saying that the bride sent him or her text messages with like pictures and everything, and like the messages between them, the conversations, and it confirmed that they were having a relationship together.
Oh my gosh.
So that bride was suing the photographer because I guess they're at fault for bringing that person around the husband.
it takes two to tango,
Apparently
baby.
so.
It takes two to tango. What are you gonna
Oh
sue the groom
my
too?
God. Yeah, like sue the groom
Right?
there.
I'll be like, yeah, I'll sue them back and say now I don't have a second shooter.
Because of your husband.
Your husband stole my second shooter.
Oh my god.
Have you guys witnessed inappropriate behavior? You guys ever been treated inappropriately at a wedding? Because you got a lot of alcohol. I mean, alcohol is never really an excuse to be behaving badly, right? But you guys ever
I mean,
been
it's happened a
basically?
few
Have you guys
times.
ever been sexually harassed at a wedding?
We discussed
I was
this.
Not to the point of like where I need to like
it was
Yeah.
leave
playful.
or sexual
It-
harassment. Like
It's like she grabbed
mean,
my
I-
ass. It was playful. It wasn't like
Yeah,
on a scale of 1 to 10. It was like a 5.
So the bride's mom slapped my ass.
Yeah.
Tale to tell. I'm so excited about getting slapped in the ass.
Did she grab at the end of it?
She pretty much like kind of like gave me like a quick palm and just kept it moving.
But wasn't she doing that to most people?
Yeah, she was slapping like the bridesmaids' asses all day as well. And then
one of
I guess
those moms. Yep.
But did you feel violated?
no, it was like to me it wasn't in a sexual manner. It was more like, oh look, the photographer's here, pat, and then she kept it moving.
It was like that. It was like that when that dad slapped my butt too. He is the one that does like everyone like slaps everyone's butts. Like the bride's friends, groom's friends. That's why like he thought I was their friends, and then
Oh,
I feel like
man.
it's so much weirder coming from a.
From a guy.
yeah,
From a
guy to a
slapping
girl,
everybody's
right?
ass.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Because like I feel like a lot of women slap each other's butts like as like a playful thing.
We do.
Um,
We do.
Not me and Karis.
Jen and Karis
I mean,
are slapping each other's asses when no one's looking.
Hi, Jen.
No, so So like, all right, at weddings, right? You see the bridesmaids dancing, right? Let's say one of them is twerking. There's gonna be like one or two bridesmaids slapping her ass at the same time. So it's more of a like a playful thing among friends. Yeah, you can't just go slapping a random woman's ass as a man. Like that's
It's
grounds to
inappropriate. It's
be
inappropriate.
arrested.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inappropriate. Yeah, but I'm wondering, at some point there was potentially some flirtation going on that went unchecked on the wedding day, and that's probably what transpired.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what opportunities that would have been, though. It's very
He was
strange.
in his
Well, think
boxers
about
when
it
she
as-
showed when that second shooter showed up to prep. He was in his underwear. That's probably what it
Right,
was.
like the second shooter spends the whole 2 hours with the groom, so who knows what transpired?
Maybe there
during
was
that
no
whole
maybe there was no
time.
wedding party. It was just her and the groom.
Oh right, yeah.
It could have been
Or
like that
who
too.
knows? They probably knew each other.
It's hard to
That
say.
could have been too. Who knows? Maybe like
Karis has actually
past.
walked into a lot of groom prep where they were like half naked. One time she walked into the room and the guy was like bare. Some of these hotels are like they have these frosted windows. They're not even real walls, right? So between the bathroom and the main room, it's just a piece of frosted glass. And someone was taking a shower, and then when they knew that Karis was in the room, like he put his ass on the window, his bare ass.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah,
Did you take a picture?
I have photo. Yeah, that's fun
I
wedding.
have one like that too on my phone of my husband.
It was not on purpose.
He was taking a shower, and I walked into the bathroom, and his butt was so close to the door. I was like, I gotta take a photo of this.
we need to see the photo, or it didn't happen.
Photos or it didn't happen.
I showed it to his mom once, and she died laughing.
She's
so hard.
gonna submit it in the boudoir category.
69 points.
Funny.
No, inappropriate things happen all the time, but it takes two to tango. It usually stops there. If there's an ass grab or whatever, it usually stops there. But I think it went a little too
Yeah,
far.
you're
That's
not
all.
entitled to money or nothing back. I fulfilled my obligation, got your photos.
You married a shitty person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, both of them are culpable. The second shooter is kind of shitty too, for going after a married man. But
There will be many
both
single
at fault.
people, especially like I think females, and especially if the guy is wealthy. There will be girls that are trying to, like
get a piece of that. Well, it could be reversed too.
and just wanting like a sugar daddy, like somebody that's going to pay for their stuff. But just because there are single girls throwing their themselves at you doesn't mean you
A
take
sugar
all of
mama
them.
sounds pretty nice. A sugar mama
Yeah.
sounds pretty nice. I married a sugar mama.
You ain't getting a penny of my money.
I'll share with you guys some summit news. So in Focus the Summit news, I'm finally going to start promoting it this week. Because, a lot of folks have been like, well, it's a little too early to promote. But now that we're 5 months out, we're going to start talking about it. So we are formalizing the speaker lineup. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I think we got one more person we're going to be adding on. So once that's like super duper confirmed, I'm going to make the announcement, and then it's going to be pretty awesome. For those of you guys who don't know, my wife and I, we are hosting a business summit for photographers, videographers, creatives, just everyone in the creative industry. The thing is, we've done a lot of these workshops and conferences and summits around the world, around the country. And the one thing that we thought was kind of missing was something that was a little bit more business focused. There are a lot of workshops that are focused more on the more creative stuff and what we do. But what we wanted to really focus on was the business aspect of what we do. So that's what we're going to do next January 11th. If you guys don't know, you guys can go ahead and check out that information at focus-af.com/summit. I'll leave those links somewhere. You guys, actually, if you guys go on our website, you guys can probably check that out there as well. Next January 11th, we're going to have that in New Jersey. There's a billion places where we could have hosted this thing, but as my wife and I were planning this thing, what we were thinking about was like, all these other folks, they have all these opportunities to host workshops and whatnot. Why can't we have those opportunities here in our own backyard? So actually, it's like 10 minutes away from you guys, right, Jen and Ro? This place is like literally like 10.
20.
Like 20 minutes
It's like
away.
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's
We're
not too
still
far
close.
for you guys. Yeah, but so I'll be speaking on the stage. Our co-host, our lovely co-host Jen, will also be on the stage.
Yay!
Not terrifying at all.
You're not terrified at all. What are you? I don't think we actually interviewed you like one-on-one like we do with our other presenters and stuff. We should. Should we have a little segment, just Jen?
Just
Jen.
Oh, I like that. Just Jen.
And then Rolando can stand in as an interviewer. We'll just like throw questions at her. What do you think? Because like,
You gonna
just
ask
to
me
be fair,
questions?
everyone else got an interview, right? Why can't Jen have an interview?
I'll ask, why are you here?
And why do you have a picture of my ass? I gotta go talk to HR about this. But no, I think that might be a good idea. What do you think? That'll give us one. That'll give us one episode.
Yeah. We kind of like how we do everybody else. We'll interview you, and you can talk about what you're going to talk about at the summit, and
Yeah. So what are you going to talk about at the summit, Jen?
You tell me. Nah.
Social media, mainly Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Mainly Instagram, because most of our leads and I guess.
Hey!
like,
You're pulling a Moses Cruz here.
inquiries.
I was asking your wife.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is your name Jen?
Is your name Jen? Are you going to give her permission to speak? Does she have permission to speak?
She's going to answer herself. She's going to answer herself.
Jen.
I will be right back. I'm going to go make some sliders.
Jennifer, what are you going to be speaking on?
I'm talking about Instagram and how to leverage it for your marketing and getting raves from your clients as far as like, quote unquote, what I call like client love. So getting them to work for you too.
Yeah, that's going to be super useful, especially like to someone like me, who I'm definitely not on Instagram as much as I should be, as a wedding photographer. So I can definitely learn a couple of things, and I think a lot of folks also struggle with their social media game. So I think this is going to be a pretty awesome, useful presentation that's going to help a lot of folks. Yeah, awesome, rock on. We're gonna have our own episode just with Jennifer Molina.
Jen.
Right?
Oh, great.
And her sidekick Rolando, the silent R in JR photo.
I'm just a photographer.
I would like to clarify all the work that I do on Instagram is because of the beautiful photos.
Aww.
She's my booking agent, but she takes 100%.
I get it. I know how it works. I think that just about wraps it up for us today on today's podcast episode. Today was supposed to be a bonus episode. It ended up being a full-length one because we've been recording for like an hour 20. So good luck.
I think a lot of it will be cut out though.
Yeah, a lot of it's probably cut out. And the 20 minutes of it was someone was missing or whatever. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for joining us on today's episode. Hope you guys learned a little something about serving your clients, being kind, being nice, not sexually harassing your clients.
Or not sexually harassing the photographers.
Yeah, or vice versa, exactly. And hopefully you guys, are excited about the Focus AF Summit as much as we are. Hopefully we'll see you guys there as well. If you guys like to see more bloopers, highlights, behind the scenes kind of stuff, you guys can check that out at focus.af. On Instagram, you guys can also check us out on our website at focus-af.com. Some of the summit information is also going to be right there in the top corner. You can check that out there as well. If you guys have any stories you'd like to share with us, you'd like us to talk about on the air, please feel free to email us at hello@focus-af.com. On that note, are you guys Focused AF?
I guess.
I am.
Yeah.
You guys do not sound Focused AF.
Roy's
but
still
I am.
convincing.
All right, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so happy that you guys are here. On that note, hope you guys are Focused AF. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Adios.
Bye.
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 Adios.
Focused AF is a fun, business-focused podcast for wedding creatives.
Co-hosted by award-winning husband and wife wedding photography teams Ben and Karis.
And Jen and Ro, where we help fellow wedding creatives with their sales and marketing.
With laid-back conversations and real talk with some of our most favorite people in the universe.
And with that being said, are you Focused AF?
I am Focused AF today.
We are Focused AF.
I think I might be Focused AF.
Welcome to the Focused AF podcast.